Bruh. Bruh.
Hey traders, welcome to episode 1013 of the show. It's a somewhat special stream just because, it's once a week, the weekly candle close stream, where, when we're looking at a weekly time scale, each candle represents 1 week. Well, that candle closes, if you don't know. And we're looking at a pretty zoomed out view of Bitcoin, where you have nearly $20,000 all-time highs. Great FOMO of 2017. June 26, 2019 high. And now, June of, 2020. We've touched that anchor point, or those two anchor points that make a trend line. And we, at one point, on the 1st of June, we did break above it pretty well, but, since then, pulled back and we're below it. So that is what you call a supply line, where there might be tons of sell orders. So it seems for now it's being validated, it's being regarded as resistance. No breakout yet, though we're so freaking close, knocking on heaven's door, not just diagonally, but horizontally, looking left. Duh. You all know this, 9600 to 9950 area. Come on, man. You're above. All right, the great news is you're above 9600. That's freaking great. Above 9600 on Coinbase and across the market, all the exchanges, right? 9600. Traders settled up the week of April 30th, 2018 before the reversal of the downside. So significant, I think, right? And you think 9600, 9950 is the zone. It's like the major resistance zone where, throughout history, it's been regarded as support before breaking it, been regarded as resistance in the more recent future or recent past. And here we are again for the third time in less than a year, attempting to break it. You think any time above 9600, you always run the chance of really fast running up to 9950 because of this time scale, the weekly, man. It's not a joke. It's extremely significant. The daily's significant too, just not as significant as the weekly, all right? Monthly, of course. Well, I guess we can go to it monthly, right? We haven't really revisited it since, I guess the first. So in log scale, we haven't even tested that downsloping resistance, right? Near, 10,750 or so. Just depends, right? What if this month we don't test it, but next month we do? It'll be a different target. But, if it was this month we were to test this in log scale, which is just the most conservative way of looking at it, it'd be around 10,860. That resistance, man, all right? And of course, the monthly overhead resistance, at least where traders settled up the month of June 1st, 2019, 1 year ago. So those are kind of confluent, right? Those converge. The meeting of two rivers, the meeting of two resistances. So, always a chance that happens. Stay above 9600 long enough, it could happen. So what happened today, man? Because, hey, man, this morning we were at 93.70 or so. Things were getting kind of freaky. People were definitely disturbed, and they were scared, man. Well, something happened. We're going to the 4-hour now. 4-hour chart. Still inside the fantastic range. Right? The Return of the Jedi range, I guess, right? We're talking about trilogies. Third time in less than a year of testing this 9,000, 10,000 area. Alright, our Return of the Jedi range where we're making higher lows still. Can you believe it? Look at the 4-hour 200 moving average that we always have plotted. It's always on our charts. What did we do? We went down and tested it. You touched it like the Jesus man. Alright, one candle, 2, 3 red candles in a row, and all of a sudden, you've got one candle that engulfs all 3 with confirmation on the close. We were all in the Discord, freaking out. I mean, I pinged at everyone what was going on. Tell me what pattern it was. What pattern was confirmed on the previous 4-hour candle close, chat? Tell me. And make sure you were paying attention. Boom. Looks like Matt Shaver got it first. I mean, kind of. Yeah, he did. 3-line strike. But it's interesting, right? I mean, this was a controversy in the chat today, where the bullish reversal pattern of the 3-line strike is called the bearish 3-line strike. You got me, man. I don't know why it's weird like that. It just is. So, a bearish 3-line strike reversal pattern was painted. It's a 4 Japanese candlestick pattern. Again, you 3 red candles, and each is lower than the previous one. And then we have the 4th candle engulfs all 3 of them and closes above them. All right. Hey, Colby, thanks for the $2 super chat. Colby, Mash Shack. Almost was like you misspelled map hack. Monka S.
Bruh.
Don't be cheating, dude. Anyway, so that's great news. So what happened on the 60-minute? Now, this is hindsight, because I mean, it happens, dude, where, you'll see something after it happens. All right. There was somehow, some way, and I can't believe it. If you anchor, everything's fine. Where you had some sort of 60-minute, insignificant, bullish Gartley pattern.
Nice community.
Is that a joint?
Anon, thanks for the 420, dude. Well, you're a part of it, but you choose to be anonymous, so that's okay, dude. Yeah, man. Doesn't matter here whether you're white, black, blue, orange, green. Doesn't matter your political affiliation. Doesn't matter about anything. All that does matter is we are trying to gain an edge on the market by applying traditional technical analysis to the markets, man. That's what matters. We got all walks of life here, man. We got rich people, poor people, middle-class people. We got it all, man. People from every country in the world, where we're permitted to be on their screens, pretty much. So, this is where we lay down, our affiliations with different associations, but we're all associated with technical analysis, man. All right? Okay, so crazy, right? Anon, where there was one that was painted, and it happened, the 786 PCZ of this happened to be at 94.20, a soft support, that had been regarded as resistance before. You can see resistance, even resistance here, some support. You can see the support here where you were back testing it before you mooned. Right, so just doing it again and bouncing off that violently. I don't think there was any kind of edge on there was no edge on the 60-minute oscillators with this little pattern. But something happened that was being talked about before the insane price action to the upside, man. And it was the idea that truly you might be getting more or extended hidden bullish divergence. All right, where you make a low on price, you make this level of RSI. And then you somehow made a higher low on price where traders set it up where the candle close was, and it was a lower level of relative strength. That is impending price action continuation the upside. Well, 3-line strike confirmed. Pretty lit. Also, something that happened was the ascending broadening wedge pattern that we fell out of this morning. We have broken back into it. The old demand line that should have been a supply line is now becoming, for now, a demand line again, where you are back testing it as support.
30K. Remember when you thought it was going to take years for that to happen? Life is good, man. Thanks for everything. 46.0990938 bat.
Bruh.
Danji, thank you for the $10.78 a bat. Yeah, I don't know, man. There are definitely some of y'all out there that really were vigilant in making sure it happened. So thank y'all for that. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, because it's, you know, when I get 30,000 subs, it's all of us getting 30,000 subs, man, at this point. You know, it's like, it's a community. And when good things happen to me, I mean, that's good things happen to the community. When bad things happen to me, that's bad things happen to the community. So, you know, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. 30K, if you don't know, we hit it last night. It was pretty heart racing. The chug variation on the wheel hit 4 times, so I had to chug 4 beers last night. It was out of this world. All right, don't really feel bad today. Feel okay. So if futures are open now, futures are open. We can move our way. Holy crap, crude oil, man. Are you kidding me? Top right of your screen. Crude's up, 1%, but dang, this is where it started. You gapped up and you just going. You just eclipsed $40 for the first time in a long time, I believe. So that's great. S&P 500 and Dow Jones kicking off with some nice price action, up 0.5% on both. You know, the S&P 500 E-mini futures top left, Dow Jones futures, mini Dow Jones futures bottom left. And here's Bitcoin bottom right of your screen. Live price action, 98.35 right now. About $100 off spot. That's normal. I mean, that is very typical. So good news. I mean, look, you just see low, the higher lows continue. Another higher low. Let's see now if Bitcoin can rally and we can maybe make some higher highs again. You'd have to break 99.50, which is a huge freaking deal, man. Not going to be easy, as we know. This is the third movie of the trilogy. It's crazy. So thank y'all for being here. It's Sunday. Weekly candle closes in 1 hour and 39 minutes and change. Bitcoin on the 4 hour right now, if you can believe it, is starting to go positive on momentum. 4 hour chart. So let's see, with the 3-line strike bullish reversal pattern, will we get follow through price action? So far, so good with the back test of the ascending broadening wedge. You hold this long enough, yeah, you probably will see 99.50. Big ifs. You just don't know, man. I mean, the edge, you could argue that there were edges there that just weren't as strong as other times, right? So it's hard to make something be there that's not. Bizico, no, it's called a bearish 3-line strike. Though it is bullish. It's a bullish reversal. Makes sense. Though, we've seen these before where they fail. Both sides. Where it's a bearish or bullish 3-line strike to the downside and a bearish 3-line strike to the upside. I've seen them fail before. So, I mean, of course, any Japanese candlestick pattern that we identify, it's always, without a doubt, going to be strongest on the daily. The weeklies, of course, are the best, but that's a really slow time scale. So the daily is the best for Japanese candlestick pattern identification. But 4 hour, it's not like you can't use it to your advantage. All right, that's all we did was identify it. I don't think there is a gap on the CME futures, right? We closed, well, I mean, 9,800. We closed at 9,800 on Friday. But I don't think, you know, that we're at 98.25. There is no gap. That's it, dude. It's that simple. You're at 98.20 now. So
TRX.
Hey, Edgar, thanks for the $10 super chat. Nice avatar. I love it, man. Beautiful. Yep, TRX. What kind of TRX you want? You want Tron to the US dollar that is in just a gorgeous uptrend that is broken critical resistance at 1.7544 cents, is running to its next resistance at 1.8222 cents. Look left. That is how we know. Historical January of this year. And then March 5th of this year. This 1.8222 cents area is like Bitcoin's 9150 area, if you remember. I think you do if you're a viewer and you've been watching the stream. You're like, dang, dude, that is 9150 for Bitcoin. Right? You know what I'm talking about? Am I crazy here? Do you concur? So yeah, and you're gonna like, it's like a zone, you know, like, look at this, dude. You breaking this area, like this 1.82 to 1.85 cent area, Tron could seriously start seeing like 2.0371 cents. You're at an area now where there's not much above you. There's not much resistance above you. Okay, that's what's going on here. So though we've broken resistance, you know how much resistance there freaking is on Tron. But above this one, the orange one, I'm gonna plot it and make it orange here. There's not too much more. Clear, discernible uptrend, beautiful touch points on the bottom and top. You gotta love it. Hype in the chat for Tron.
Hype in the chat!
So thank you, man, for the 10. Yeah, dude, that's right. MK01. Tron was at 30 cents one time. Yep, one time. That was the ICO boom of 2017, while Bitcoin was mooning too. I don't know if we'll ever get anything like that again, just based on, you know, what was actually going on fundamentally there, right? Where you just had Silicon Valley, just angel investors, just looking for the next hot thing to invest in, you know, and there's so many things mooned and dumped at the same time. And now, you know, venture capitalists start bringing up crypto projects, you'll get laughed out of the building over there in Silicon Valley. So it's a different situation. I mean, I guess this is more dynamic or more organic, I guess, right, than before. But you're not even close to those areas. Not even an inkling close, right?
Congrats on 30k subs. Well deserved. 0.00102876 BTC.
Jason Jordan, thanks for the $10.02 of Bitcoin. Wow, crypto contributions hype. Thanks, bruh. Very cool. I really appreciate it. Tron, dude, this is one we've been trying to shout from the mountaintops. Not just the US dollar pair. You know it, man. We're going to do a bonus pair. We're doing the BTC pair, which is 185 right now. It was much higher earlier. It got as high as 192 sats. And why are we here? Because this is the one. This is the one I was most certain about of anything that existed on the market in crypto since I saw it. I mean, I had Ethereum, a really good feeling about Ethereum with the, you know, momentum shifting structure that was huge, right? The inverse head and shoulders, 195, bottom, all that. That I felt really good about it. But this one, too. I mean, you just don't get stuff like this very often. So this is kind of a rare setup here.
Nice community.
The Viet Cong.
Is that a joint?
Thank you for the 420. Were you Anon, man? Because if you were, thanks for the 840, dude. And thank you for being a part of the community, dude. Thanks, man. Cheers. Hopefully, y'all were able to maybe partake in a little bit of this, where this is only the beginning, I think, for Tron. I don't care if you pull back. As long as you make a higher low at this point than 157, it's the higher low, you go again eventually. All right, so this one, you've got targets in the short term, but a pattern like this, the context of this pattern's development makes me feel like, yeah, you're going to hit common retrace targets, but you could very well see crazy targets. 1272, 1618. It's the context, dude. It's not just the pattern by itself. It is what happened before the pattern developed. Okay?
Nice community.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Anon, for the 420. Is this real life? Am I getting trolled here, man? No, they're real. They're real life. This is real. Thank you, dude. Getting trolled by the Anon, man. I mean, extra. The pattern was just confirmed and painted on the last 4-hour candle. We have not gotten any fall through price action since then. But the good news is we broke back above that ascending broadening wedge support, and we're now back testing it as support again. So that's a good thing. The market participants, for now anyway, are identifying that support as valid, which is good.
When you get the time, can you check if so was that a 3 rising values that played out? I'm more concerned about the previous 3 times it hit this level and reversed. Any would help. You're the goat. Smile.
Hi, friend. Thank you for the $6.90. We can certainly take a look if you want, man. Three rising valleys.
Nice community.
Is that a joint?
Thanks, 6man, for the 420. It looks like, oh boy. Thanks, man.
Is that a joint?
Nice community.
What is happening right now?
That boy is good.
Thanks, Remnon, for the 4.2 strength, 4.2 stam leather belt. Right, looking for group. Just kidding. Thanks, man. What was this on fuel cell energy? All right, you've been constantly warned on Tron, so I mean, I'm wash my hands of this. Is that a 3 rising valleys, man? Nah. Kind of just like an uptrend that continued on, right? You broke a local high at 242, and you're slightly above it. It seems like you've yet to back test it, and now you're at there's resistance up here. I mean, this is a major potential reversal area up here at 293. So no, I don't think so. We could probably make sense of it with just a channel or something, right? Look at that little demand line there that held. Maybe add it like that, and then you adjust on the new high. And maybe that's just the way we could look at it for now. Because it doesn't look like there was any kind of discernible pattern that developed. But look at the 4-hour, how you held that. Hey, look at Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin held its 4-hour 200 moving average. This one is above it and testing it again and staying above it. That's good. That's bullish price action. That's why I have the 200 moving average up. Because that's what it's danger being below that for real, and especially when that simple moving average starts pointing down, you're really in a downtrend then, or you could be. So, I mean, I don't see an edge for a long or anything. Nope. I mean, look left. There's nothing here. Oh, is that a coupled handle, man? Probably not. No. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see like a trade setup or anything. It filled a gap on Friday. And let's see what's going to happen. 293 is a major breakout point. If it ever does break that, I mean, there's not, like, if any kind of resistance up here, I don't know, man. What do I do? The scam wick? What do I look at? Like, is that the next resistance? I guess the scam wick is. Look, there's a little resistance here, 379. It's kind of really difficult to want to be like, oh yeah, man, it's majorly reversing. You're not a 236 is probably up at like $7 or something stupid. So using Fibonacci from that high up, from the major discernible swing high, kind of doesn't seem like what's the point? Not going to help you much. Okay. So great higher lows. Yeah, accumulations occurring in a historical disgusting downtrend. Congratulations, man. I don't know, man. Anyway, so what's going on you know, we looked at Bitcoin, we looked at futures, we looked at fuel cell and Tron, which is the centerpiece of the cryptosphere today. Hard to argue with that. So Ethereum, which, remember what the discussion was. Oh yeah, it just looks like a head and shoulders is coming, man. But dude, you just can't say that until we get some confirmation, and then you just see what Bitcoin did. And look at the hidden bullish divergence kind of here too, where you had a low and now a higher low with a bullish engulfing candle with higher level or lower levels row to stream.
Nice community.
Bruh.
KCW, thanks for the $5 super chat. Nice community is the theme, but it's very real, man. This community is amazing, dude. Too high of quality. Too high. Too dang high. Thanks, dude. Okay, so yeah, it's just not a head and shoulders yet. It's just like, what is this shoulder doing? Just extending on out, man? It's like not a head and shoulders yet. I'm sorry. It's just not. You even had a back test of the old resistance. It became support before launching, and we're just not going back to it right now. And you're not gonna go back to it if Bitcoin continues to run to the upside off this bearish 3-line strike bullish reversal pattern. All right. I guess the good news, good stuff about Ethereum is just this extended amount of negative momentum is waning. You're about to go neutral, and in time, you know, you think Bitcoin starts going, we start getting positive Momo again. And you know what, positive Momo, like when it builds, man, look, you know, back here, when it starts building, it can continue on and start making huge histogram islands. So the bulls, it's looking like the bulls might have the ball again soon, right? On Ethereum, might be their turn to make a case. And that's going to be trying to test 246 higher highs, test 250 maybe. All on Bitcoin, though. Nothing matters without Bitcoin, which just did something pretty interesting. Yeah, Dominique's asking about, you know, bearish divergence of the weekly, which is not classic. It would be hidden bearish divergence, and it's certainly not confirmed, right? Because if Bitcoin price action continues to build in the next week or two, and the positive Momo keeps building on Bitcoin, all of a sudden we make the same high at 10,500. Well, then it's invalidated. Then it's not even real. So you got to be careful with that. It's just not confirmed. He's talking about, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. Just bring it up. He's saying, like right here, okay, where you make a high on price, you make this level of positive momentum. And then you make a lower high on price, which the top is not in. The top, how do you know the top's on it? Because right now we're literally, if we closed right here, right now, chat, I hope you get that it would be the highest high where traders settled up this entire recovery on the weekly. Yeah. So how in the world could one have the audacity to say there's hidden bearish divergence when the top's not even in yet confirmed, right? There's no, the positive momentum's just waning. But yeah, if you start getting an actual real reversal here to the downside, then you could make the argument. But for now, it is unconfirmed, but it is something certainly to watch. 100%, right? So there's nothing wrong with talking about potential hidden bearish divergence once we get more candles, more data. But again, what happens when we get another, you know, next week comes and we get higher prices, we get another positive histogram wick, and all of a sudden, you know, we're matching the previous high. There is no more hidden bearish divergence. You see what I'm saying, dude? Right? All right. Just wanted to clear that up. What about the hidden bearish what about the classic daily bearish divergence? Nah. Right? The bears have the ball. They have the ball. Look. Bearish divergence. Okay, your turn, bears. Look what's happening. I mean, you're starting to wane on negative momentum. And this is something I didn't bring up. Dang, man. Sorry about that. There's a lot of stuff on Bitcoin. But look at this on the daily chat. Share this with patrons. It's literally perfect. Okay? You can't make this up. The upsloping channel, right? The way we've perceived the uptrend on Bitcoin. With anchor points, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. You almost touched it here at 8,700. You got close, but too much bullish stuff on the 4-hour and daily going on the time. Look what we did, chat. I'm serious.
Look here. Look, listen.
You bounced off it. You didn't go any lower than it. But when you touched it, look where we've gone now. So, TA, pretty nice, man. I mean, it's everything here is pinpoint accurate. Touch points are like perfect, okay? So, very good. We have maybe confirmed the validity of that upsloping support for now. And let's see what the follow price action yields us. 97.50 right now on Bitcoin. That's great. Just drinking my coffee, man, alright? Just everyone chill out. Relax. So, 99.50 seems like it certainly could still be in the cards. There's still a chance we could test it before going to the abyss or mooning. Alright. So yes, the bearish divergence, right? That's what brought us to this chart again. You can't deny it, certainly, right? It's plotted on half my other charts. So yeah, very real. It looks identical to gold before gold dumped. Well, the thing is, man, it's like, where is the follow price action from the bears? Where is it? Just like, let's go back to May and June of last year. You tell me, yeah, hard or impossible to ignore some very real classic bearish divergence, Class A bearish divergence. It played out, only turned into a higher low.
To me, China.
Nice community. 17.844800000 BAT.
Is that a joint?
01 binary MK. Thanks for the $4.19. It was close, man. Close to 420. We'll give it to you. All right, thanks, man. So, keeping that theme going, the nice community. Well, look, man, if you are truly in some sort of mega bullish trend, look how that bearish divergence actually performs. It's terrible. And look again, right here, this high, clear peaks on the oscillators. Look at this higher high. Oh my God! Look at that. Just in a bear trend, you'd lose thousands of dollars of value, 10, 15, 20% value in a bear trend with this type of bearish divergence. So you sold off only to make a higher low again. So don't be coming at me being like, oh yeah, bearish divergence of the daily. Yeah, it's there, but what? The trend's too bullish. Not the drink troll. Thanks for the 690. Yeah, I know you're not, because the drink troll, I don't think would ever tip $6.90. I don't know. He's got his own thing. He does, you know, there are telltale signs that it's drink troll or not. Thank you, man. Plus, y'all were all literally collectively the drink troll last night. You know it. So, I'm just bringing this up because a lot of you in the chat are just keep saying bearish divergence of the daily. You can't ignore it. It's like, okay, we're not going to ignore it. We know, we're cognizant of it. But we also know maybe what trend we're still in. And you go through history just 1 year ago, and this is how it performed. Pathetically. Trash. Awful. So in the uptrend, signified by our channel here, you just bounced off of it. The bulls or the bears had the ball. They kind of still have the ball a little bit. And there's no fall through price action with this somewhat looking buyer exhaustion up here. And also remember, what is the most major previous event that exists on this chart? The highest high of the entire freaking recovery rally. All right. When that is the case, the trend is not bearish. Like, when that's the most, look, you can see it discernibly on the daily. That's it, dude. I was talking to patrons about that, man. If you're unsure, ask that question. What is the most recent major event to occur on the chart? A lot of times that can make you see or give you perception. Oh, okay, we're not really bearish still. Okay. Oops, sorry. Virtual Coinist bringing up another look, right? Another idea that we won't ignore. We see it all, man. We're going to Tom Brady it and discuss all valid arguments for bulls and bears. Well, your rising wedge argument right here, where you do adjust that trend line, still well confined within it. No follow through price action on the bearish divergence here in this pattern, right? There's been no sell off yet, though we could hit 99.50 and then sell off, or not, because trend's too bullish. So there you go, dude. There's some nice coinciding variables for bears, but I'm telling you, if the trend is too bullish, this momentum asset class will destroy the shorts. Like, it'll just look at this and be like, time to start building positive momentum again. Another huge wave of positive momentum.
Unity 0.00102531 BTC.
Keto, thank you for the $10 worth of rice immunity, or Bitcoin, excuse me. No, those are too many carbs, man. That would kick you out of ketosis too fast. All right. So thank you, man. Rice immunity, nice community. Nice rhyme, dude. Hey, Ross, man.
Ross tipped $25. RTR na TTH BTC.
Roll Tide, Ross, man. Thanks for the 25. Holy crap. Session top. Jesus, dude. We got Ross, man. Ethereum, 2 Bitcoin is what you inquire? Sure. So range bound, right? Had lots of positive momentum on the daily. It's waning now, right? There's no actual signal saying like impending price action versus the downside. You are making a lower high though. So maybe you do reverse, and then you pivot, making a higher low, and you go again. But for now, just sitting sideways since that really nice move up May 30th. You haven't gone anywhere since then. So a little bit of just a pennant, like maybe a 4-hour pennant or some sort of chop there, where we know, this is great. This is an awesome looking chart based on the fact that you were in a terrible downtrend, but something's changed. You are now making consecutive higher lows. And not even like double bottoming here. You did double bottom here, but you actually made a higher low, a 98% retrace. Dude, those are things to be cognizant of. Like, those are things to check. Whoa, man, this made a 95% retrace. And started reversing. Those are, people take longs there. So, again, break 26,016 sats. I think your next target's 28,520 sats. But, if you talk about a measured move of a structure you're in, or a potential double bottom, Eve and Adam, maybe, or Eve and Eve, whatever, it doesn't matter. The 100% measured move of that is 31,750 up here. So, there's your Ethereum to Bitcoin. Sure, it looks good, man. You think that, if Bitcoin goes on a really big run, I think BTC pairs might be in trouble. Because if Bitcoin goes on a really nice run, altcoins, they might go on a nice run, but you know how it goes, right? When Bitcoin's time in the sun is there, it's Bitcoin, and everyone's complaining, God, I'm holding all this XRP. Well, that's always, but I'm holding on this Ethereum or this Cardano or this VeChain, and Bitcoin's mooning and they're doing nothing. Well, if they're doing nothing and Bitcoin's going up in price, that means the BTC pairs are getting wrecked. So, best case scenario for BTC pairs is the altcoins doing as well as Bitcoin, at least in the short term. Right? That would hurt the price. It's weird. It's a weird third dynamic about that. Ooh, just popped my shoulder, man. So 97.71 with an hour and 13 minutes to go on Bitcoin until the daily and weekly close, man. What's up, JFA?
Hello, Master Ray, your TA on Dogecoin, please. Any deep house music today? Thumbs up.
I don't know. Yeah, we could maybe change it in a little bit. Sure. I can't remember which one I look at normally. Is it this one? No, that's not it. Oh, wait. No, I use a Doge to US dollar or something, right? Is this the one I use? Nope. Maybe it's Bittrex. Oh yeah, yeah, man. We thought there's a diamond on the Doge coin. Many patterns. So this one, man, you talk about stable coin, store of value on Doge, I guess, just because it goes up, but it normally comes right back down to the same spot. So this is probably all reliable. It's as stable as a stable coin unless it pumps to the upside. Downside, I mean, look, buying high, yeah, get wrecked, but if one's buying at the same historical support, you're not getting hurt. You're literally, I mean, if crypto is serving its purpose, it's better, like, it might be better than the US dollar. If it's just sitting there, I don't know, it's about the same, right? It's depreciating value. Anyway, sorry, man, this is maybe a diamond the way we looked at it, but clearly you can see it's extending out and it's not really respecting the trend lines anymore. So, I don't know, man. Like, it's so illiquid. Look at the wicks and the bodies and the candle. Who cares? So you didn't break out, I guess. It's not a diamond anymore, probably. I mean, maybe, but, you know, measure moves. Okay, you're either going to 3.275 tenths of 1 cent, or you're going to 1.8475 tenths of 1 cent, probably going where Bitcoin's going. The target to the upside is probably going to get hit if Bitcoin, you know, keeps the uptrend going. 3-line strike, rolls, we go, man. We see 9,950, 10,000 and upward, you're going up here. If you go down, if Bitcoin starts dumping, Doge could very well see the bottom of the historical channel, right?
Is that a joint?
Can you check out GPS and what you think of retail in the market, JCPenney,
Oh, Gap.
and others?
Yeah, we can look at Gap, Matt Cron. It's just the whole, right, retail industry. Yeah, money's just looking for anything that's beaten down to put back in to pump to make a yield. Nowhere else to make a yield. You can't sit cash, right? 0 interest rates. Yeah, Gap looks like Royal Caribbean. Gap looks like Boeing, right? It's terrible, man. It's yeah, GPS. But they've mooned, like, all respective beaten down industries. It's up 1.4% on Friday. It's near overbought. It was an ascending triangle, or close to it, right? I mean, it was a low. What other industries were like this too, man? Like, they all were, or many of them.
Rice Community Matters.
Is that a joint?
Lurking Snowflake, thank you for the $4.20, man. Thank you, dude. I guess not touching that one. All right. So very nice. It was almost like a bullish Gartley too. I mean, just eyeball. It probably was too shallow. Maybe it should have gone down a little bit lower for a 786. But nah, these highs are too perfect. It wasn't a Gartley, but it's X, A, B, C, D stuff, right? It's the wave analysis. It's like you get a big wave, then you get 2 small waves, then you get 1 big wave again, and at the end of that wave, we might get another huge wave or a reset in the wave analysis, right? X, A, B, C, D. Doesn't have to be a harmonic. All right, so where are we going to Fibonacci? I would think that probably from this February high, right before the crash. You've exceeded a 50% retrace on Friday. The next target's 1373, the 200-day moving average, which is at like 1435. But we go back in time. Let's look at some historical supports. Okay, yeah. So we're starting to get into some chop now, at least. There's a low from 2002. Here's the low from 2008. So we're back above those. Great stuff. So, I mean, you're technically above all these valleys here, and the next overhead resistance you're looking at right here, 1460 or so from December 9th, 2008. That seems like the likely target. $14.58. But, I mean, if you want to talk about 100% measure move, the pattern structure, it's almost there. So it's like the 100% measure move is probably at the 618. I mean, really? Okay, great. Yeah, they're mooning, man. Money printer literally go burr. That's the only way to talk about it. Gap is getting sued for not paying rent. Wasn't the Red Robin or whatever, the restaurant also, or Cheesecake Factory, that was happening? I don't know, man. Yeah. Well, hopefully, you know, with the economy opening back up and people starting to do things again, hopefully things will get better in that regard. Okay, that was Gap. That was a request. So Maker's up 5.2%. It's up $539 now. Let's go to it real quick. This is one we keep our eye on. We don't really care about the shorter term. We care about the weekly here. This is the most important, right? This is like how you think that Maker could see 670, but in time, Maker could see $800 if the bull trend continues. We've talked about that, right? Once this engulfing candle, that's kind of a breakout in itself. It's a break in. It's a break back into its old historical structure, its range. And we had back tests of springs 3 different weeks on Maker. Kicking myself for not seeing it too much, but not caring because it's Maker. But eventually, again, dude, $800 if Bitcoin continues its uptrend, you would probably see the top of the range. All right. But it's up, man. It's up with Tron. Tron's up almost 7% now. That's right. We must not lose the Cheesecake Factory at FedCoin. Please pump it. Thank you so much. Cake is that ticker. You don't know. Hilarious. What a poetic ticker, you know? It's almost like Dave & Buster's is play. Nice tickers, man. Nice. Well thought out tickers. Now, there's not yet... I mean, would they not have, like, I don't know, like a 3-time levered short on the S&P and you call it REKT, R-E-K-T, because that's what you'd have. That's what you'd be at any point in the past 2.5 months, right, of shorting the index funds. My God. This is the Bitfinex exchange. I'm sure it's on probably Bittrex and some other, I don't know, it's on Bybit. I'm sure it's on Binance too. So anyway, we got 1 hour 5 minutes, chat, until your weekly candle close. That's why you're here. Bitcoin is showing some resilience. That's real. No, there are no fundamentals why Tron is pumping. Sorry, dude. There is no. It's called technicals. Muddy. Funstar. That's why Tron's pumping, dude. It was that BTC pair for Tron. IMO. Hey, I've got the best argument of anybody, probably, when you, or we do, when you talk about why did it pump. We've talked about it. We've done education segments on why it pumped. So it's good. Like, Bitcoin not doing much has been good for Tron and the BTC pair. But you notice when Bitcoin pumped and created that 3-line strike, Tron to the Bitcoin pair did sell off. It was much higher. It was multiple sats higher earlier. Gold down. Yeah, I mean, that is interesting, Renee. Is it really interesting? Because we've talked about this, right? I mean, weekly bearish divergence. You have confirmed a breakout of the rising wedge pattern. This is gold. I mean, hello? Bearish reversal pattern. Upsloping price contraction. A lower high painted than the previous high. You had a candle close confirmation breakout, a bearish engulfing candle on Friday. And that bearish engulfing candle, where it closed, where traders settled up, was lower than that wick high from February 24th of this year. So 100% measure move of gold is 1616. So interesting. More like TA kind of being respected in a way. But look, this is what's so weird, all right? This is what's gnarly about gold.
Gus, resistance to hard on 9,750 to pump higher. Looks like last pump very similar.
Resistance, is it too hard at 9,750 to pump higher? No, not at all, man. You're churning. You just had a huge move up. Right now what's happening is, again, like, market participants on Bitcoin are back testing an area that was once a support. As you can see, All freaking weekend we were looking at this. All day yesterday. We fell below it. But then bullish reversal pattern. Painted. Boom. And now what's happening? You've broken it. Now it's taking its time and it's testing these areas again. Oh, okay. If like enough time goes by, enough tests happen, all right, market participants confirm it is still a real support, and then you start going after that.
Congrats on 30K, been watching you since 12K. Keep it up. Was wondering what is best BTC used exchange for US trading with leverage and shorts.
Maybe Bybit, Jesse. I think it would be good to get a lot of people to answer that question, because that's so subjective, right? You can't do it on Coinbase Pro unless you trade a lot and you're on a waiting list. So I'm still on a waiting list for that. But dude, it's just like all of them, the exchange, the fees are just absorbent. It's stupid. So what do you think, chat? Answer Jesse's question, and maybe Bybit, but you could have better. Yeah, Binance. See, Kraken for the U.S. Hey, Kraken though, extremely notorious for stop hunting. I think you could all concur with that. Make sure Coinbase Pro never gonna let us leverage. Yeah, man, never, dude. Never say never. Maybe when the FOMO starts, if it does, you know. So what? There's nothing to finish with gold. It's all over now. It's going on. It's like a confirmed daily breakout. Oh yeah, we can
Is that a joint?
Could you please check out Lind/BTC?
Lind? Sure. Thank you for the 420. I'm sorry. It's just like it's Lind. You're literally asking me about Lind. Brian Lockwood, man, have the chat. Let's go.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Thank you, Brian, man. Welcome to the Patreon. Be sure to get your Patreon hooked up to the Discord. Join us there in the Patreon chat. All right? Tons of value. That's where a lot of the value is, okay? So don't just join the Patreon and not join the Discord. You're just missing out on the amenities, okay? Thank you, man. That puts us at 191 patrons. That might be the second highest number we've ever had. We've only seen 200 patrons one time in history, and that was June of last year. But around this time, I mean, Bitcoin was mooning. It might have been July, because we had a bunch of FOMO coming in after the 14K, because it could have been July's month. So, anyway, thank you all for all the support. This is a 100% crowdsourced stream, so I'm not making a dime on advertising revenue like all the other people you watch. They're rolling in it, man. Every stream, all those thousands of views they get, they're getting paid. I'm not on that. So thank you all for that. Okay. Really appreciate it. So Bitcoin going green for a moment. 97.87, less than 1 hour to go. Anthony says 100% no to BitMEX. Oh, God. Well, you better have your trading plan set up in these exchanges. Okay, because I don't think there's one exchange right now that can handle the infrastructure of insane amounts of increased volume in a very short period of time, where the whole system, these infrastructures just bog down. They just lock up. I can't do it, man. So you should know that, right? You should know that going in. All right, so having your stop set up, having your entry, knowing why you're entering there, having profit taking levels set up, you know, once it starts taking off a little bit, you know. But again, man, a lot of people scalp and stuff. That's a different world that I don't really partake in. So there are two different Lind to BTCs. There's Avi to Bitcoin and F-Lind to Bitcoin. Interesting chart, I guess. Sure. Sure. What an uptrend, man. I mean, Lind, you know, what a joke, but we can't ignore the fact this has been a really, really nice uptrend. And congratulations to Lind. Let's go to the daily, though. Forget the 4 hour on this. Look at, oh my God, cup with handle. You know what, man? Yeah, cup with handle connect. Jesus. I mean, it's really a rounding bottom. I mean, more than anything. Okay, rounding bottom. You had a common retrace sell off from the low to high, and maybe you had no divergence there, really, I don't think, before the reversal. But you can't say there wasn't rounding. I mean, that is textbook rounding action, chat. It doesn't get more beautiful than this. Good freaking God. Hindsight, who cares? I like hindsight, man. It's like you get to see things that actually played out, you know? A rounding bottom is not bearish. Okay, well, look what manifested after, or look what the price action manifested into after the rounding bottom reversal. A huge uptrend. Where we could probably anchor, we could make it pretty, maybe, if we're lucky. All right, maybe demand line, and we anchor up there. See, it's like, if so, you've already broken out. What if you adjust there? You know, kind of gone really high. Now, this is log scale. How much of a difference is there? So we're just trying to confine the price to some sort of uptrend. It does look like, I mean, very well established uptrend, and maybe you're making higher lows now. Maybe the Momo is shifting, where it's like inverse head and shoulder stuff. Jeez. Look at this. Hadn't seen positive momentum on Lin since May 16th. So it's been 3 weeks. This could be, I mean, scam wicks, right? Oh my God. You know, that just destroys your neckline of the potential pattern, but this could be some sort of reversal. All right, yeah, let's just do it like this, okay? So it's like this probably, I don't know, it seems like that would be maybe the major resistance, you know, look, 722, yeah, dude, that's gotta be it, right? So, left shoulder head, right shoulder, bullish engulfing candle on the 4 hour, not bad. Oh, wow. This is in the midst of trying to paint a 3-line strike, but is not yet there, has to close above 678 Satoshis. So if you break 721, I mean, of course, you're probably going up to test this, you know, the highs. Just, this kind of reminds me of Ethereum. I mean, dude, this is so similar to freaking Ethereum. Before Ethereum played out, of course, right? I don't care if you call it a inverse head and shoulders, whatever you want. It's a momentum shifting structure because you're in an uptrend, clear, discernible uptrend. All of a sudden, you correct, all right? You make lows, you make lower lows, you then make even lower lows than the previous lows. And all of a sudden, though, something happens, it shifts. You run up, you rally, and then you sell off and you make a higher low. And look at the price action correlation to this 200 moving average. Very good. So, Lind, I mean, just to be real here, the same way we sized up Ethereum from breakout of this 721 area, I know you've got 805, but if you break that 805, you at least got a target to the upside. And Lind could be poised, maybe, for 922 sats in time. Nah, I don't know. It looks, dude, come on. Hard to argue how it kind of looks, you know? Okay, sorry. Went on a little tangent there. And I'm just talking about, like, what are you saying, man? What are you saying, Ray? Well, this is what I'm saying, dude. You look at this, and then you look at this, and it's like, look, man, even here, you know, you could have, same thing with Lind, right? A low, a lower low, the lowest low, and all of a sudden, you know, this could have been, you know, we could have literally labeled this as a complex inverse head and shoulders. We could have. It's even more beautiful that way if you look at it, okay? It ended up being ascending triangle, sell wall with accumulation, sure, that too. And, you know, the size of the structure, almost, you know, you were $1.50 away from the 100% measure move. That's pretty effing good. So you look at that, and you look at this, and it's like, huh, similar price action. Okay. I mean, you know, you can't say that. I guess sometimes some S coins, we roll our eyes when they're requested, but when we look at them, maybe, you know, they change our minds a little bit. And it's not about the sake of Lind to BTC. It's just about the technical analysis. It's like, we could be looking at the precious metals market, equities market, crypto market, the S coin market, you know, whatever. And history can repeat itself, but it's history repeating itself because it's actually like what buyer and sellers are doing, right?
Can you look at Digibyte?
God. And these are the worst, right, Jay Ramsey, where you're like Digibyte, but you're not like US dollar pair or BTC pair. And then it's like, what exchange? Oh, I don't even know what exchange. So I'm just like DGB, period. DGB. I can go look at the, I don't know, man. First thing that pops up is DGB to the US dollar. No, I can't do that. It's so bad looking. What's up, man? Thanks for the sub, dude. Always USD. What exchange, man? I don't know. These are so illiquid. They're like gaps everywhere. Here's one. Oh, okay. All right. Digibyte, the US dollar tether. I got this one. This one's like ZRX. Very, very similar to ZRX, man. Where it's one of those that was not synced up with Bitcoin that had runs. It had a run. Look at this, man. Look from the high point to low point DGB. Where did it frickin' reverse, chat? It reversed to the 1618, the golden mean ratio. What a frickin' magic fib node up there. So I'm just saying lots of distribution going on, continuation distribution even in the short term. But you did have a, look, man, this is so important. What is this? 1.612258 cents. You need to stay above that. You are above it. It's very good. I mean, I guess technically you did break out. No matter what way geometrically you anchor, you've broken out or you've walked out. Okay, so I guess at this point with the distribution going on, you're now showing maybe accumulation. You see this low? You see this slightly higher low? Slightly higher level shorter strength? That's not bad. Good. So let's what fibs are good for us now. So we now would fib from, well, I think it's already made its retraces, It almost went 61.8% of the way on its reversal. Sold off, and as long as you stay above this 1.612258 cent area and you keep making higher lows, eventually this will reverse to the upside again. Okay, and I think that eventually Digibyte would see the 618 at 2.16 cents. Then you could see the 786 at 2.368336 cents. Digibyte, whatever. It's kind of showing the lower low, but all of a sudden that stopped, right? The lower lows have stopped, and now a higher low, and it's a spring, and you're now right here, June 1st. You back tested the spring as support. You've rallied, you bounced off of it, but now look what's happening again. You're trying to make, furthermore, another higher low. Interesting price action momentum might be shifting to the upside again on Digibyte. Huh, I don't know. Bruh. Maybe, dude. Maybe. Dang, man. Ethereum's at 1.2%. Doing very well. Follow through price action after its bullish engulfing candle was confirmed in the last 4-hour candle. Wow. So good to see you. I've been live for 1 hour and 7 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit that like button, that bell. That's up. Thanks so much. Ollie. Go back to Bitcoin with 49 minutes to go. Only up. It's about 1% or near 1%. But most importantly, what's going on, I think, is just price action correlation to our old trend line. You're holding it for now. If you get any follow through price action off this bullish reversal for Japanese candlestick pattern, the bearish 3-line strike, I think we'll see 99.50 at some point. If you get follow through. Big if, right? It's not always about the pattern that's painted. It's about the follow through after that is most important. So you FOMO'd into gold, Eric's. I'll tell you this, I think there's better entries on gold than where you're at now. Sure. Weekly bearish divergence with daily bearish divergence. I mean, rising wedge breakout. That's not, those are a bunch of coinciding variables that are bearish, right? So, the difference between gold and Bitcoin is on the weekly, gold was showing classic, class A bearish divergence, where Bitcoin Nope. Only the idea that maybe if we reverse here, it would be showing hidden bearish divergence, but it's not confirmed or even close to being confirmed. Okay, so. So hold on, man. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let's go to Bitcoin dominance. Always looking at some log scale. Look, this is Bitcoin dominance currently. I mean, just a descending broadening wedge, if you want to call it that. It's just it hit a somewhat of a supply line or whatever on this chart and reversed. Freak out here and just continue to sell off a little bit. But here's the thing, and who cares, right? I mean, like, oh my god, man, I can't believe this guy's trying to chart Bitcoin dominance, but I'll chart anything, man. All right, I can chart sugar, we'll chart anything. All right, so look at this low. Look at this maybe higher low. Maybe it's not. It's about the exact same. So like stagnation. So it was close. It's not yet though. I was thinking about maybe there might be hidden bullish divergence going on. This is kind of like that, man. I'm sorry. When you make a low, and you make a higher low with the same level of Momo, that's kind of that's diverging in a way. It's just not a strong form of divergence, right? And some bullish convergence here. But like, do you just think about, I mean, just maybe if we get a pivot here at some point, you got 3 rising valleys. Maybe on Bitcoin dominance. I don't know if it's going to play out because this Bitcoin dominance is not an actual chart that people are trading on exchanges, right? You can see it, right? With a confirmation line up at 69% of total market cap for Bitcoin. Right here. So that's bullish. This is a slow, methodical, classic accumulation pattern that could be in development here. And it would be probably valid once, I mean, it's not valid until the confirmation line is broken, but you could say, man, you're onto something strong if we start pivoting here and making that higher low than the previous low. Okay? No, that is not a diamond on Bitcoin, no. Diamonds, man, you know, see Doge even. I was just screwing around last time I looked at it. It's like, yeah, it's not. Diamonds are best on the daily. You know, you see them on the daily. You know, kind of reaching with Bitcoin right now. It's not a diamond, no. So let's go back to futures real quick. S&P 500, Dow Jones, left of your screen. Continuing to rise near its highs of the day. S&P 3206 up 0.63%. That's pretty freaking good just for futures. The Dow Jones up 0.71%. 27,264. My God, the money printer is still burring right now. Bitcoin, bottom right of your screen. Consecutive higher lows, at least in the short term. I mean, this is nothing. I'm not going to analyze this chart. It's a 5-minute, but I mean, just looking at it, right? You're 98.35 currently, with spot price being at 97.46. Oh my God, man! We're outside of the chat. Let's go!
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Thank you, man. Welcome. Roll Tide. Join the Discord. See you there. Just make sure you're in there and stuff. So, like, you're in the Discord because there are many things I ping at everyone for patrons that you just don't want to miss. It's like, whoa, that's pretty important stuff. That's like breaking news, right? You know, you subscribe to a news website for breaking news on something, and it's like, well, if there's like divergence, there's probably not many places or things that alert you when there's 4-hour bullish divergence on an underlying asset that you want to see, right? There's just not that many. So that's what I do oftentimes in the Patreon. So you're alert, whether it's like, midnight or Something like that. Oh, it's a bullish engulfing candle with hidden bullish divergence on another time scale with a bullish hammer or something. Like that stuff that you get pinged for in the Patreon. All right. 192 patrons strong. 8 more for the big 200, where I think it's like we've never seen 200 but once in history. Great music. Hey, Ray Martinez, man. Thanks for the sub. Welcome. Glad to have you. All right. Dang, dude, I can't believe the sub count now, man. What is it? 3,244 subs somehow. Thanks, everyone, for that. Really, really appreciate it. And what a stream it was last night. About 589 people watching. XRP Army would be pleased. But now the price action. XRP is blah, dude. Really, really blah. Still making higher lows, if you can believe it. Rafa, yeah, we'll do trade. If there's a warranted trade setup for Bitcoin, we will certainly post it. Yes, of course. Yeah, what is it? Tethers, like a lot of Tethers printing or something right now. Was it 10 million? No, by the way, dude, Black Plasma, man, killed it. Right, meme of the month. He chose this month of June to strike. Because normally when Black Plasma strikes, there's no beating him. It's like people won't even try when he shows up. He's that good. Oh, sorry. Here it is, man. This was the meme of the month. Black Plasma created, dude. So much detail. Gorgeous. You know, and it's got like all the thumbnails. Like, look at how it's all made up of thumbnails of the stream. Like, you can see them, dude. Look, the Vegas meetup. The IRL streaming. Ah, dude, it's fantastic. Go cast your vote in the meme of the month in the Discord if you want him to win. Just hit an emoji. Add to the emojis. He's got 12 votes right now. So, right, you just go to meme of the month up here. And here it is. And you just click. You vote. That's how you do it, man. That's how we pick a winner, is through your vote. Democracy. Look, Brad has 7 upvotes on his 30K. Thanks, Black Plasma, man. Very appreciated. This incredible gift you have. You and Wayne Batson are like the goats of that. Yeah, no copy pastas from the Scrubnet. Don't steal like Tone Vase's thumbnail and try to think that it's yours or something. Just don't do that. It's got to be original if you want to win the meme of the month. But we've got serious players in the game. The XRP army has given up. So I've heard. Yeah, it was only 10 million. Like, well, I don't know if that's even close enough to move the meter on Bitcoin price action, right? So keep your eye on it, man. Keep your eye on Bitcoin dominance. That could be painting a textbook accumulation pattern. A textbook accumulation pattern in an overall uptrend, right? Higher highs, higher lows, and that's it, dude. So you're showing a potential reversal pattern in an overwhelmingly bullish trend for now. That's not good for altcoins. If this plays out to the upside, then it's going up here at like 78%. That'd be terrible for altcoins. So maybe, I don't know. All right. 98.45 on futures. 97.50 on spot price. First positive momentum histogram wick on Bitcoin on the 4-hour in a couple days. So not bad. Be sure to join the Discord. Posting the link in the chat. We got 6,100 plus members strong there. Extremely active community where we talk about trading, crypto, stocks, everything, man, everything. So join us. That's how you get notified when I go live, you know, at random times. But again, man, it's like the community, man. This is like where we go when the live stream's not going, all right? Okay, so let's look at like EOS or something, you know, let's go to it. It's holding on, man. It's dragon patterns continuing. It's a hold, man. This is not over yet for EOS. We know, like, once you broke out May 27th, it's been great. You know, you did have the hiccup with Bitcoin selling off. Of course, altcoin's gonna lose it on that, but look what's happened since then. A big rally to the upside. And then now some downside consolidation. And if Bitcoin continues its rally, well, then eventually EOS would break its local high and see 291, but eventually probably would see the 886, which is a potential bearish bat pattern. And that's where people could maybe take profit of the dragon breakout that was discussed thoroughly on live stream, was pinged at everyone in Patreon. There's not much else I can really do to inform you of breakouts on dragons when they're breaking out. It's June 7th now. It's like too late. What do you want? The dragon's creating its legacy with its tail. And the larger the tails are on bullish dragons, the more legendary they are, right? The more havoc they wreak across Westeros. This one's decent. All right. So EOS hanging in there. It's double topping kind of, but obviously like a double top confirmation would be, you would have to break $2.57 for it to be confirmed. It's not even close, man. Chat, are you there? Live hour 21 minutes. We've covered many different assets across the market. Most stones are unturned. Nice, got some new members in the Discord, man. What are y'all saying? Wreak havoc? Yep, that's it. What was the other dragon? What's another very strong dragon that we know? Ethereum Classic. S&P Futures money printer is literally burring as we speak. Actually, not quite. It hasn't hit the highs yet. Look, you can see. It's very close. I mean, it's extremely close. Look where the high was, 32.10.50. You're at 32.07.75. So not yet. Dow Jones, same thing. You're close, but you're getting there. I'm sure it will probably hit soon. Just keeps climbing, man. But yeah, the other dragon that's in the midst of it, creating its own legacy. ETC. Where it already had kind of, I mean, it was legendary. I mean, it like almost hit target, was off by, it was almost like Ethereum in a way where it got within $1.50 of its measured move and just didn't hit it before reversing because of Bitcoin. So the dragon tail is still going on. It's not over yet. And you are making some really interesting amounts of classic bullish divergence kind of, right? Where you just keep making these lower lows and just lower levels of negative momentum, not on the RSI at all, but maybe the MACD, the argument's there. But you better start reversing soon, because that 200 moving average starting down slope, gotta get back above that. That's what you're holding on to right now. You can see how many friggin' times we tested.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Puff the magic dragon.
Thank you, Anon, for the 420 and the dragon puffs. Thank you, dude. So that's it, man. The legacy still in the midst of being painted on ETC. Will it go down in history as a dragon that could only run up to almost touch its targets? Or will it reverse here soon? Rally, hit 762 like it should, and then moon, where it probably, after that, if it ever broke 777, I would think that Ethereum Classic would eventually see 865. So So you get your targets if the dragon is to become legendary. All right. Yeah, 9705 is kind of the back test area. Hus, yeah. I think I posted charts in the Discord for patrons. We're gonna alert set up on S&P futures. Guess I'll set one up on Bitcoin too. Sweet. There you go. A little change up in the beats. Grateful Dead is certainly not your 120 standard BPM that you receive in here. So, all right. What about Bitcoin Cash? I haven't looked at that in a while. All right, so this one is confined within a major structure. It's like a huge symmetrical triangle. A neckline of potential double bottom where you've just been unable to get above it. Or if you do get above it, you just can't stay above it. So, trying to rally here. You did engulf on the previous 4-hour candle. It almost looks like an Adam and Eve double top, potential one, but still above the 200 moving average. If this thing is going to pivot here and make a higher low like Bitcoin and others, then eventually you'd see a Bitcoin Cash at 276. That's that top, man. That's like the resistance. Okay. Bitcoin Cash, just revisiting it. We don't come here often, but we're here. So less than 30 minutes to go till your close, man. Litecoin to me is pretty interesting too. I mean, if the uptrends to continue for the crypto market, I think Litecoin has a lot of potential. I think it might be painting a rising three rising valleys, excuse me. It's already broken out of its pseudo dragon. I'd say that because the hump was not an anchor point. I just used the 3 anchor points on the top for the trend line breakout point, and you broke out and you back tested it as support. You're above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. You're showing in an uptrend, right after a correction, you're showing consecutive levels of accumulation and a confirmation line with 2 peaks. That's like $49. That's $50 confirmation line. And you right now on Litecoin, you can't even believe it. Where traders settled up, you made a higher low. From June 2nd to now, it's a higher low with a bullish and golden candle. Now, 47.16 is big, man. You got to break that. That's a big resistance there. So we could be doing that soon. I mean, it's almost like left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Not really. But look, just like Bitcoin, hidden bullish divergence is a very real possibility right now. So classic accumulation developing on Litecoin. You keep this up, you will moon. Yeah, you'll moon. You'll see $60 in time if this continues on. All right, just saying. You were warned. You've been warned on Litecoin, but it wasn't even the 4-hour patterns and stuff. It was the weekly. That the target for the weekly is $85 and $99. So whatever. Bullish and golden candle last week. Chat dead as F. Lurkers. I don't know, man. 570 y'all. I'm shadow banned again. Awesome. So shadow banned and dead chat. Big one is not dead. It's just consolidating, man. It's making its mind up. It happens. It's churning. Thanks, Jason. Woodley Bitcoin. I don't know, dude. I think we're good though, man. I think this show has served its purpose. I've given you somewhat more clarity on what's going on. The situation with Bitcoin, altcoins, golds, stock market, whatever, man. You know? I think you got value out of the stream. Where's my music? I don't know. If you want to look at VChain again, we can. Alright, we're just looking at the weekly. Near the top of the range, right? This is like, you could look at this like Maker. Maker's down here. Maker has a lot of room to run. VChain's at the top of its range. Or getting close, right? So it makes less and less sense to be long up at these areas. But eventually what can happen is you break out of a range like this, you're going to the moon. There's no resistance looking left once you truly break out. So I mean, think about if crypto goes on some sort of run to the upside, much higher prices, VChain has the chance to, I mean, have a very nice run up where you think in time, you know, you reverse here, you make a higher low, you break it eventually, you know, you just think, I would say probably from the lowest point to the highest point, and that's how we would do it. And then it's like, if you could ever break that area for real, looking for a target of around 1.2596 cents. Weekly.
Hey, much love what you do. Keep up the awesome work. Could you take a look at CRO on CoinMarketCap? Not enough history on TradingView. Congrats on 30K.
Grits, I can't really do technical analysis if I'm looking at it on CoinMarketCap, right? I mean, what am I supposed to do with that, right? I mean, we've been looking at it on TradingView. If you have like a specialized request like that, I can try to give it a shot. I mean, is this what you want? Here it is, crypto.com on CoinMarketCap like you asked. Yep, mooned, man. It mooned. All-time highs, right? You saw back in last year, you know, you've breached all-time highs. So, yep, blue sky breakout on Crow. That's it, dude. Not again, no technical analysis I can really do here. Cool. Congratulations, man. If eventually a breakout was to occur, this is how we could target it, but that might never happen. And if it does happen, it might take 6 more months, all right? On VChain. Nerd Herd, just look at the 886 and the gap fill. 3,333, I think, is kind of the next hard resistance on the S&P 500. Yeah. If it does break that supply line, the upsloping supply line of the ascending broadening wedge. Yep.
morph in the jar.
Thanks, Matt, man, for the 5s. I think you did. Doge? No, this is no Doge. This is just standard candle. It's not anything. It's literally nothing right now. It's just a green candle that tested a historical supply line from 2017 and 2019, and now you regarded it and you're about to close. 21 minutes until this candle closes. Fortunately, there was no confirmed breakout. So even like that means like now it's like, okay, so we'll say we break out next week. Well, then you have to wait a whole week for confirmation of that breakout. So it would have been nice for anyone if we did actually break above this. But it's just not going to happen this week, unfortunately. Sorry, chat. Are we going to get any price action in the next 20 minutes? Doesn't look like it right now. All Bitcoin's done is broken back inside of its small pattern, and it's only, for now, back tested that trend line that it broke out of. It's back in it and testing it as support, which is good. That's positive price action. It's like bullish. I would love to see price action, but just not likely. Dude, 20 minutes, chances are it's probably not going to do much of anything. Okay. Don't be smoking too much hopium over there, alright?
Is that a joint?
You probably can't because stockholders, right?
Look here! Look, listen!
I don't think I can make it, man. I don't think I can make it. To the 20-minute mark. What am I supposed to do for 20 minutes, chat? Tell me what I can do for 20 friggin' minutes, man. Or I've already been live an hour and 40 minutes. Be bread? J-Mob, is that what you want? You want me to be bread? I can be bread for you, J-Mob. Just give it a minute. It's gonna lag. Forgot to warm it up for stream. Hold on. It'll pop up in a second. Just give it a sec. It's like I've got it in right mind to go ahead and just put, hey everybody, I'm Busy Bread, oh my god. It's even funnier.
When I talk like this, man, hey everybody, I'm Busy Bread, what's up, Dad? Big on weekly close in 19 minutes, can we even make it there? Probably not. Everything's gonna be okay. All good, dude.
Bruh.
Hey, it's Atani, man. Atani's back. What's up, dude? So we patiently await this one candle nearing the end of its lifespan. It's like a star that is, you know, run out of hydrogen and other elements to burn, so it dies. But it's not the same thing at all, alright? Because you get another candle after this one, unlike the star. So the question is, if that's the case, will this star, this candle, end up being a supernova, a regular nova? Will it turn into a red giant before imploding, turning into a black hole? What will its life be like? 17 minutes until we find out, man. It's kind of boring right now. So, Schwab, man, it's for you, dude. Being bred. Yeah, it could turn into a white dwarf. Where, I mean, the matter. I mean, like, 1 teaspoon of matter in a white dwarf is insane, man. It's like, oh god, I don't really know. I'm not going to attempt to try, but you yeah, it's wild. It's things that defy our ability to comprehend. Yeah, that's the 200-week moving average of Tani. Yeah, we bounced off it twice. It was the only times in history we even tested it before, I think. I'm a bred of the game. Funny, nice one, Sandman. Good one. We're doing things, man. Seriously, Brian and Ross, thank you all for joining the Patreon today. Henry, 20 hours ago, thanks for joining the Patreon, dude. Not all crummy, dude. Exactly. How could we be crummy at some sort of critical resistance like this, man? This is not a joke. We are knocking on heaven's door, and this could be a potential major reversal area to the downside, or it could be glory if we break it. This is just why I keep talking about we are in the last movie of a trilogy that's lasted since October of last year. That was the first movie, the second movie, Valentine's Day of this year, and this is the third movie. Right, the most price action, the most promising price action we've seen at this level of the three peaks, right? Go to the tether chart, and you can see, look, this is a right-angled and descending broadening formation. We've tested it like the Jesus Men and pulled back, but hanging on somehow for now. The weekly, the daily. So you gotta wonder, will the rising wedge play out bearishly, or will we break this and break? If you break 10,550, and there's this 10,950 area right here, this just another local scrub high. I mean, above that, man, blue skies till 12,370, I think, right? No, it's 11.8. Yeah, after that one's here. 11.7. So even breaking out, you're not out of the woods, right? No blue sky until you start getting up to 12s to 14s, man. This is just another way to size up Bitcoin. Alright, I've run out of things to do, man. Sorry. 13 minutes, though. I mean, how do I stay live for 13 more minutes when I'm done? You know, like when I've done all I could in this 1 hour 43 minute stream, dude. Just hang out, sit here.
Mitches, ACB, flagging on the day. Would you have a look?
I guess, sure. Thanks for the threes, Matt. I mean, yeah, maybe it's flagging. This is really what it's doing. There's a anchor point 1 from March 2019, anchor point 2 from April 30th. Here it is, man. You're just at it. You're just right freaking at it. And yeah, it very well could reverse. There's so much volume here involved that, yeah, it could be flagging and be setting up for higher prices. You'd think the target at this point is probably just going to be the 200-day moving average at 28.77, which is insane. I mean, that would be stupid, like 100% plus appreciation value if it did that. But, you know, where we are, I don't know. Next resistance, Probably gonna be at like 22.90 or so, a mini peak up here. Maybe 25.60. I know, like the major ones you can see though, like 34 and 32. It's a big if, man. If we can break it. I mean, arguments could be made that it is broken, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess you right there. That's like just right at it. It's like 1, 2, 3 up here. Yeah, it could be bullish consolidation, but remember the most previous major event that's occurred on this chart is all-time lows. Or, not all-time lows, but multi-year lows. Lowest price since 2016, so... Less than 12 minutes till the weekly close, chat. We're running out of the clock. That's simple as that, okay? How do I like my toast? I don't like toast. Never been a fan. Yeah, no thanks to carbs, man. This is the most ironic, for my diet, this is the most ironic filter I could ever have. The bread, right? Because, I mean, this isn't even wheat bread. This is white bread, and white bread is only carbs. It's no, like, minerals and nutrients, really. It's just goo. Ross, man!
Bruh.
Dude, thank you, man, for the friggin' 30 and joining the Patreon today in stream.
Ross tipped $30. It took me over a year, but I finally joined your Patreon. Check out XLM since you're bored. 30 for 30k subs.
Thank you, dude. Well, here's XLM and log scale, the way I've been sizing up, and I've had this channel plotted forever. Look at this. July 2018 is one anchor point, November 2018, and then the third one was February 2019. Well confined within it. Clear as day, sell wall, 8.874 cents. It's the only patterns I see out there that is mimicking Bitcoin in its right angled and descending broadening formation pattern, the structure, where this is insane. If you break this 8.8 cent area, I think you're going to have a substantial run up to 13.551 cents. I'm just saying, it depends completely on Bitcoin and the macro and how strong the macro stays. But yeah, man, you're just in a clear historical downtrend. Hidden bullish divergence manifested into another run, breaking some resistance back from February 2019. But again, you are at critical freaking areas, man. Above this could be the freaking promised land. Not even a joke. You could have a substantial run up, even though it seems insane. But this is the thing. The if is so, what a big if, right? I mean, like, you just appreciate value stupid percentage points in a short amount of time. I mean, like, how does it have the juice to keep going? It may not, right? You may never break this and then dump and eventually make a higher low of here, and then maybe in a few months we come back up, test it, and break it. That's going to happen, right? Or not. So, yeah, you're at critical areas, higher risk areas, obviously, for longs because of how it could reverse here. Duh. But if you break it, you got to remain patient. You gotta, I guess, continue monitoring these markets, where if you break this, I mean, that's near the supply line too. Breaking this area here could yield much higher prices. That's it. XLM. Boom. Okay. Are we cool?
Are we cool, man? Piece of bread, TA. Type in the chat now.
Bruh.
Thanks, dude. You're keeping the stream going, man. 8 minutes till the weekly close. All right. Gold, not much movement. It's up just a couple points, but the fall through price action immediately has been from the bearish engulfing breakout candle with confirmation. You had follow through, but just going sideways. 1681 right now. Gold. It's like Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is staying vigilant in its price action to the upside, where gold was not. It was lower high, and now, you know, technically it's painting lower lows now for the first time. And so for Bitcoin, this would be 8,700. Okay, if this was the Bitcoin chart, this would be 8,700. All right, so Bitcoin's much different now, but it's painting the same pattern. And how insane would it be for Bitcoin to paint the same pattern as gold, but to go to the upside and not the downside like gold? Wow, that would be insane.
Bruh.
J mode, probably not, man. Sorry. We've gone costumeless here at Midtrade TA since this new and beautiful innovation has been created. Six minutes, chat. All right, we're almost there. Hanging on by a thread. Just kidding. Hanging on. I mean, you did. I mean, it was so pinpoint. It's crazy how perfectly it touched. Man. You're making a higher high than yesterday. Oscillators where bearish divergence is certainly an argument right now. There's no follow through price action with it at all. It's still, you're just continuously making higher lows. All right, it's like, what? We are above the 20 and 50 simple moving average right now. Looked at this with patrons in the Discord. As you can see, watch this, how insane it is. The 20, the 50, right? You bounced off that technically too. So that's always really good. Being above all three moving averages is exactly where you want to be. You want eventually in uptrends, you want those moving averages to diverge. You want them to fan out. So you just want the price action to go higher, and the 20 continues to get further away from the 50, which in turn gets further away from the 200. And you hope here, man, that it continues on up, because then the 200 moving average will do something it hasn't done since like this stuff, like the crazy fake out here in October, where you're up sloping again. But I guess it's like,
can you check out ZOUT/USD? Apparently it's a tether coin that is tied to gold.
ugh, sure, I guess. What am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, making lower highs. Oh, I don't know, it's triple topping or something. Trader settled it right there. That peak. So I guess, is it range bound or something for now? I'm supposed to see something. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Common retrace area, sure, right there. Between 1575 and 1655. I don't know. Targets, that's like common retrace areas down here. Nah. Rising wedge, I guess, or was it just an upsloping channel? 1, 2 here. Yeah, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that little channel. Beautiful. You broke the channel though. Sorry. Breakout. Bearish and golden candle. Targets down here. Whatever. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. But just talking about, we haven't been upsloping on the 200-day moving average, and the only reason we got an upsloping, moving average because of the crazy price action here. So maybe we could start, if the price action continues, the 200 sloping to the upside, pointing up is a very good sign. I mean, just moving average analysis, right? And then again, staying above 20 and 50 is really good. Like, you can fall below the 20, and as long as you stay above the 50, you call that, for moving average, you call that the equilibrium zone. But, staying above the 50, like, you can fall below the 20 and stay above the 50, and you're still in an uptrend, technically, based on moving average analysis, I guess.
Mitch, descending broadening wedge on Pfizer.
Indigo, thanks for the 10, dude. Super chat. Phaser. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. You're a long way away from that breakout point, right? Yeah, gorgeous. Gorgeous descending running wedge. But still, man, right? And then you got another way. It's like right here, too. Right, you got different ones. So where one is broken, there's still going to be the other one. Then there's going to be multiple supply lines on those. So yeah, gap down. Wow. Got all the way down to these levels. That's insane. Reversed. So still making lower highs, lower lows, right? V-shaped recovery, but the V-shaped recovery is, again, it's like, what was it, earnings? Or what made it gap down? Yeah, it's below the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average still down sloping, right? So at least you know here, like 38.67, you break that, very good chance you'd see 41.05. You break, but that's going to be tough to break because that's a local high, right? Back from January 21st, right? So sure, but what am I supposed to do with this as a trader? I mean, maybe it goes all the way down to $34 and you show like some divergence or an edge there. Maybe you could take a long there before it reverses the upside again. All right, we got 1 minute, chat. All right, man.
Bruh.
50 seconds, man. I'm bread. So, what has happened on the 4 hour? You did have a very, very rare pattern. The 3-line strike. And on the candle that followed through after the 3-line strike was confirmed, you have gotten a back test of an old demand line. That's good, right? So now all you need is another candle, the next candle to bullishly engulf, and you'll see 99.50, maybe 10K. That's it. So pretty good. Last minute rare pattern. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's it, chat. A new weekly candle has been born. Can you even believe it, man? Wow, we did it, Dad. New week.
Bruh.
So we can go to the weekly chart so you can see it again. We were just looking at it, kind of. Here's your weekly. How it closed. It was meh, right? Very, very meh, but not terrible. Not great, not terrible. That's definitely how it is. All right, where you, on the first day of the new month, on the first day of the new week, we had price action outside of the crazy historical supply line. But as the week progressed, it came all back, but we still ended up making a higher high than the previous high. You know, it's funny. Now, I don't, probably it's bullcrap, whatever, but if you do candlestick mathematics here, if you add this candle and this candle, these two candles together equal a bullish engulfing candle of the previous candle. I'm just saying, like, whatever. It may be crap, but Japanese candlestick mathematics is actually a real thing. You can look into it. I don't really do much with it, but just saying, man. A good thing, I think, is also you closed above 9,600, which was the bottom of the zone of major historical resistance, right? That's good too. Well, something else is very good, chat, is this, where that weekly candle closed just moments ago, is the highest price of the entire rally. I'm not talking about wicks. I'm talking about where traders actually settled up. That's what's very important, okay? So now that you've broken 9,600, it wouldn't be weird at all to see 9,600 tested as support at least once before going to the moon or dumping back into the range. So don't think that's weird. You might get it on the weekly at some point, or not. It does seem like now the downsloping resistance on the weekly is right around 98.80, 98.90. Maybe it's just 9,900, okay? Right up there. Sweet. Oh my god, it's up $20. Hub the chat. We did it, man. So these are I mean, this is the analysis, man. This is how it goes, right? I mean, not even in October of 2019 when we had our first run up here did we have traders settle up higher than 9,600. Nay, we didn't. We did once early this year, but then Corona came. Corona, the triple black swan event with Corona, the oil price war, and the treasury bonds crashing, right? The cash grab. All right, that was, an anomaly. But now here we are, third attempt, closing above it. That's not a bad thing at all. Very good. So 97.80 right now on the new week, up $31, man. We did it. Crazy. Insanity. So think about how squeezed in you are here, right? I mean, it doesn't get more squeezed in than this, right? Where you've got the horizontal line high and you've got the down sloping high, right? You've got the resistance. Look where you are. Look where the price action is contained. There is nowhere else for it to go but break it to the upside or break it to the downside. There's just nothing else. Okay, you get that, right? This is why we're saying it is the third movie of a trilogy right now. We can't watch many sports. They're coming back. But dang, dude, if you can't say Bitcoin isn't showing us some drama and intrigue right now. Wow. These plants, well, good for them because that was actually happening. That's bullcrap. Really, we witnessed it. We live streamed every morning for over a month. The crash of the stock market because of those events. So I don't care what you read. We lived it. All right, man. So decent close on the week. Really, I mean, the crescendo, the three-line strike pattern, very rare. It got you back above the patterns trend line. You back tested it, and now it is maybe you back tested again, but bullish scenario, maybe it's a back test, and then you run the 99.50. All right, we test that down sloping resistance again. But remember, we are in the return of the Jedi range between 8,500 and 99.50 right now. Jacob, it was Bitfinex. All right, not a bad one. All right, dude. It's been a good one. Chat, thank you so much for coming out, watching the stream. All 600 of y'all, 332 likes. Really appreciate that. The contributions, the new patrons of old, everyone. Thanks so much. But I feel like we've had an adequate stream. Good analysis, positivity, all that stuff, right? So again, thanks so much for everything. This is the best community in crypto. Be sure to join the freaking Discord if you haven't, because you're missing out, man. Missing out on tons of value of this community. So I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.
just felt like screaming.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.